And we're on.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Zestyortesty podcast. With me, as always, is Zesty.
What's up?
And today, a special surprise guest, the indestructible, the incredible Alex. What's up, man?
How's it going? Good to be here, man. Good to be here.
Good to have you, dude.
Yeah, awesome.
This is a man that rolled out of the ICU to come to a poker game.
That's right.
I don't know if the doctor's going to discharge me in time.
Yeah.
But I'll try to be there.
In fact, he was just there last night.
In the ICU?
In the ICU,
Yeah.
that's right. Rolled over and said, gotta go do this podcast,
If
man.
you want to call the Barbie
Not for
movie,
medical reasons.
If you want to call the Barbie movie the ICU.
Yeah, it was.
So-
It's pretty intense.
Well, but before we get started with that, I think we need, that's right.
We always start with a toast. If you're drinking an alcoholic beverage at home, please join us. If you're in the car, please lift your coffee mug. And today we toast to health. May you live as long as you like, and may you have all the things you like as long as you live.
Salud. Salud. Starting out with a little
Clamato
clamato,
is really good. It's very
Vodka.
spicy.
It is.
Tabasco,
some
pepper.
Tabasco, lime, and pepper.
It's delicious.
Oh, we needed some celery salt, but we still don't have a sponsor to give us some celery salt. So Morton's, if you're listening, just send us some celery salt. We don't need $1.25 from you guys. Anyway, but let's go ahead and get started with a topic that we just finished having, or let's talk about the Barbie movie first and foremost. So, Alex here, correct?
Yes.
Showed up at the house fully, somewhat pinked out.
Pinked out.
Barbied out.
Barbied
You
out.
can't see the pink shorts, but he's rocking pink shorts right now.
Dude, so you're Alan? From the Barbie movie?
You know, I could be. I
You're the
guess.
Ken that never made
They
it?
never made it, right? So, to me, he sounded kind of fruity in the movie. It's my opinion.
So you're Alan? No, I'm
I'm-
just kidding. So what did you think of the movie, man?
You know, it's kind of geared towards adult, like you said, nostalgic feeling, right? Like
Yeah.
They had a lot of the old Barbies in it, right? And one of their lines was, Ken is jealous of Ken. Right,
Because there's
multiple Kens,
Oh, okay.
right? They're all dressed up as different, right? So
I've never
And-
seen the Barbie movie. I'm
So-
going on record that I haven't seen this trash. So fucking. I
they're
have
all,
no idea
they're
what they're talking about.
they're all dressed different. They're all different Barbies, different Kens, right? And so the what do they call her? The stereotypical Barbie,
Oh, yeah.
Shit.
right? is like on the beach, right? And all the Barbies are like, "Hi Barbie, hi Barbie," all this stuff, right? And then all the Kens are like, "Hi Barbie, hi." And she's all, "Hi Ken," right? Whatever, right? And so, I guess stereotypical Ken, the one that can't live without her, gets jealous,
Oh.
right? So all the other
'Cause she was
Kens,
talking to
there's
other
other Kens,
Oh,
right?
shit.
And so he's like having they're exchanging words, right? And he's like, "What do you want to do? A beach off?
Ah!
I'm gonna beat you off. You're gonna beat me off." I'm like, "Wait a minute, what?" You're sitting in the theater and you're like, "Did he just say beach?"
Well, when you
Or-
think about the songs, man,
Yeah.
the songs in the movie, if you listen to them, they drop a few choice words. I'm not
Yes.
going to say F-bombs, but choice words that it's like, well, yeah, you got a lot of kids in here, right?
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
agree with you. There
Yeah.
was something to be said about geared towards adults,
You
right?
probably should have put a disclaimer. This is not your kids. fucking
You're
movie
right.
or
So-
some shit.
Sarah's.
This is not your fucking Barbie movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have twin daughters. All right. Sarah went to go see it the other day, and I knew nothing about it, right?
Yeah.
And then, the days progress or whatever, and then you start hearing, it's not a kids movie. It's not a kids movie. I was like, my kid just went to. They're 16, right? And I get it, right? They're old enough to
Get the jokes.
get
and
the
laugh.
jokes and laugh and
Yeah.
get it right. But so Alexis went with us today,
Yeah.
right? And
Sitting next to your kid.
sitting
with
next
the
to your
inappropriate
kid, and
jokes
you're
is
like,
uncomfortable as fuck.
I don't know about this.
Yeah, I'm with you, dude. I've reached that age where it's like, do I want to watch certain movies with my kids?
With
Yeah.
your kids around,
Because it's like, it's a little uncomfortable.
right?
But
It is weird.
I do agree with you there. Now, you have how many kids then?
I have 3.
All girls.
I have a son.
Okay. So a while ago, Ben mentioned that he won't watch the Barbie movie. Why?
Because it's a chick
'Cause
flick,
it's-
and I'm a fucking dude.
Yeah, well, I mean, that goes to show, folks, I'm going to put it out here. Alex and I are very secure with our masculinity. And, sorry, Ben. No, I'm fucking with you. Ben's like, what?
Did you play with dolls or some shit?
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah. See, we both said
I
yeah.
only play with action figures.
Ken could have been one.
Nah, Ken doesn't come with a grenade launcher.
Hey, Ken comes. With all the Barbies.
He's got a fucking mound of plastic. He ain't even got a dick.
According to the Barbie movie,
Yeah.
he had no genitals.
Yeah. No, I remember going to my cousin's house and like, Barbie has no nipples and fucking Ken's got no dick.
He still gets to play with them. Because he's Ken.
I don't give a fuck if you rub your nub up against Barbie. That ain't fucking. If you ain't sticking
Well,
something in there,
it all
that ain't
depends how
fucking.
old you are.
The original Ken's got a
No,
dick.
no, I'm saying.
like, what the hell?
I'm just saying, it all depends how old you are.
1940s
If
dick
you rub
is
in,
fucking well hung.
am I right?
That is true.
Oh, when you're 14 and you're like
No.
rubbing up against.
Or when you're
another
75, right? Like,
Hello.
I'm just saying, right? And
A dry hump is a dry
a
hump.
dry hump is a dry hump.
Cheers. The new motto of the podcast.
Dry humps are dry humps. But no, it's good to see you wearing all pink. And I say that because I did that.
You wore all pink to the movie.
Dude, I wore a pink shirt, and just yesterday I was talking to somebody, and they said, "Yeah, did you wear pink?" I said, "Not only did I wear a pink shirt, but I wore
High heels?
coral-colored shorts."
Oh.
And then I stopped myself, and I said, "Holy shit! I just referred to my shorts as coral-colored."
Instead of blue.
Yeah. What's that?
Instead of blue.
No, dude, coral.
Is coral not blue?
No, dude,
It's
coral.
white.
It's like a hot pinkish, orangish color. See?
Almost like my short.
Okay.
So I don't know
those
what's
are
wrong
pink.
with you, man. You have 3 girls. You should know this shit.
Off-white and cream are the exact same as white. And if fucking somebody's trying to get you to buy cream instead of white, they're just trying to charge you an extra $20. That's all there is.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you. So let's go back to let's touch up on another.
Did you used to work? You used to work at Home Depot, didn't you? Was that somebody else?
I didn't.
Oh,
I didn't. But I was raised by mostly all women.
yeah.
So I'm in touch with my feminine side,
That's nice.
and I touched a lot of feminine. Feminists. Wait, no, feminine. No, but we were having a conversation about the joys of
Off-white.
shopping.
Joys of
Versus
shopping.
coral, yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, I
So
love.
Alex here loves to shop.
I love to shop. Okay. So let me change it. Right.
He's gonna
because
backtrack.
I'm gonna backtrack.
I don't
a
like
little
to
bit.
shop.
I don't do it as often as I used to do it before. I had a family. When it was my wife and I enjoyed it. And probably most of the closet was mine. Every time we went out, every time we
That explains why you like the Barbie movie.
probably, it wasn't like I had to go out and buy new shoes or whatever, but I did have, 5, 6, 7 pairs of white shoes, different, all different, for different occasions. I had some like lugs.
Mhm.
I had some lugs. This is a funny story. Really funny story. So, I had some lugs that I've had for like 15 years, probably longer than that, right? And a couple years ago, we went out to a comedy show.
To a
right?
what?
To a comedy show.
Okay.
Right. We're downtown, right? And the bottom of my lugs come off,
Oh shit. Okay.
right? It's walking into the joint. We were still outside, walking into the door. I step on the bottom of like it flops over or something, right? I'm like, what the hell? So I reach over and it literally just falls into my hand, right? So my lovely wife says, ask the lady if she has some glue, right? So me, being the dumbass man of the relationship, right?
Typical.
Right?
Yeah.
Went up to the front counter and said, do you guys have some glue? And so it was me, my wife, and some good friends of ours, right? We're always going out together, right? And they're fucking rolling behind me, right? Fucking laughing their ass off, right? I was like, what? right? So I'm trying to figure out. I'm like, all right, it's gonna be fucking dark in here, right? No one's gonna notice my fucking shoes, right? So throw the bottom of the sole away, walk in, and we sit down, right? And we watch the entire comedy show, right? Walking out, the other one falls off.
Holy shit.
I was like, seriously? Like, it just.
What are the chances, man?
What are the chances?
That's when you realize, fucking lugs, they
Yeah,
suck
don't
ass.
fucking buy lugs.
I mean, they only lasted 15 years.
Only 15 years, dude.
I mean,
They had a good run, let me tell you, dude. So.
I gotta say, never in a million years, I think having Alex on the podcast was gonna turn it into the fucking feminist episode. I love shopping. There's a difference between coral and pink.
there is, absolutely, man. But you were talking, didn't you say who said they love Ross?
Me.
Yeah, I don't love Ross.
I love Ross because it's like hunting. It's like you're fucking, you're like in the goddamn.
I'd rather go hunting.
You're in the goddamn
go hunting
shit,
for
and you're
a
like
white
fucking-
shirt.
Okay,
I need
I've
a
already
white
checked-
shirt.
I already checked the extra large section, but maybe somebody like hid something behind something else, and you gotta fucking dig and
No
shit,
way.
and you're like, yes, I got the only one left, and then you fucking run to the front. It's like there's an excitement to it. It's
You
not
like
just
playing?
like
You like playing loteria, dude?
Go to JCPenney's. They have 1,000 of them.
I got a funny story about loteria if you want to hear.
Sure.
So, I agree. Do I like shopping? I'm with you, Alex. I used to do some shopping back before kids,
Yeah.
and I was the type of guy that owned probably like 3 pairs of shoes. It's like I had my Red Wings, I had brown shoes, black shoes, and a pair of tennis shoes.
Yeah.
That's what I owned. And then I got married, and I probably own as many shoes as my wife. I probably own at least a good 20 to 25 pairs of shoes, right?
I'm down to one.
That's, I mean, and the thing
And
is,
they're white.
Those are nice.
and I wish I could tell you they're just there and I don't wear them, but I fucking wear them all, dude.
Yeah.
But I do, I like to shop. Except now it's like, as I've gotten older, I've gotten grumpier, and I don't have the tolerance or the patience to go to a fucking mall.
Other human
Right,
beings,
right.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, I still remember that one time I told Claude, I said, I just can't believe I did that shit. We went Christmas shopping for the family, gifts, right? And this is again before kids. We walked into that mall around 10:30. This is back. Let me just tell you guys how far back this is. And how long have you guys been here in San Antonio? Mid-90s?
The whole
No.
heaven beings.
No, I moved here in 2001.
Okay, so I've been here since the
2003.
mid-90s, right? And dude, this is when there was a Walgreens inside North Star Mall.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I walked into North Star with my wife, at the time my girlfriend. 10:30 in the morning. We didn't leave till 9 o'clock at night. Dude, I had lunch
Sounds like
and dinner
horrible
there.
day. That sounds like my worst nightmare.
Well, you know,
It's like me being
it
sentenced
wasn't
to
the
hell.
best day.
And Satan is there, like, I'm at the Walgreens. Come get your blood pressure checked. You can leave when the mall closes.
Well, it wasn't my favorite or best day, but I was able to tolerate and just make it through.
Yeah.
But if you ask me to do that shit right now,
Yeah.
dude, I'm gonna murder a few people.
Exactly.
Yeah, dude. I mean, that's just, I couldn't do that shit.
I think every store needs to have like a guy section where they got like a PS5 set up and like $5 beers. I pay $5 beer. You sit down on the couch, you fucking play some goddamn Madden with some strangers.
I'll tell you what,
The
this
wife's fucking shop. You drink a couple beers, they come pick you up, and you're like, "Babe,
Hey,
come on, it's
don't-
fucking fourth quarter."
You can't say it too loud now.
What?
Because now this is going to happen, and it was your
Our
idea.
idea.
Our idea right here. Right?
Well, I'm not gonna make it happen. I just want to enjoy it. I don't want to fucking set it
I
up.
want to make it happen.
That's
Hey,
like a
so-
lot of.
I want to make it
Hey, let's
happen.
make it happen.
don't try to do it because it's patent pending
We can.
or trademark or copyright,
Well,
whatever
what are
it
you gonna do?
is.
You gotta walk into Marshalls and say, "Hey, can I have like the
No,
center area?"
I want to
Open a store.
open my own store.
It's got a do section in the middle.
Sure,
and
why not?
Dresses all around.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, this is how my
What do we
wife
call
gets
it?
me to shop at HEB now. Like, this is how she gets me to go with her to HEB, which I don't mind shopping with my wife.
Men's daycare.
No, dude, the beer.
Yeah.
You can walk around shopping while you drink beer.
HEB's got a
HEB?
beer section. Yeah, you pay $4 at the cash register. You
Yeah.
take the receipt to the pizza place, and they give you a walking around beer. They
What
pour
it should be?
This one
My
right here is
HEB.
1604 in Blanco. 1604 in Blanco, and I think Alon, you get to do that.
Does your HEB have like a pizza section where they
South
make
Flow?
pizzas?
No.
Okay. So your HEB's got to have the pizza section, and they sell pizzas, but they also sell beer.
Oh, beer. Now they have wine. So I'm just saying, they moved up.
This has turned into the feminist podcast. It's fucking.
They have rosés.
So fucking.
In fact, they have frosés, dude.
That's what my wife likes to drink, frosés.
I'm fucking with you. I don't drink wine, dude.
Oh, okay.
That shit'll fuck me up. I can have a bottle of whatever you want.
Yeah.
But
I'll
if you
drink
give me one glass of wine, I'll be like, hey.
I can't. I don't like the taste of wine.
Yeah.
Can't do wine. We got some buddies that they'll float 2-3 bottles of wine.
Yeah. It's easy to float a bottle of wine. There's not a lot of liquid in it. It's like 4 glasses and boom.
Yeah, I can't do it.
I mean,
But going back to our conversation, yes, this is how my wife gets me to go. She's like, hey, you want to go with me to HB? I'm like, she's like, well, I'll buy you a beer. I'm like, oh, fuck yeah. And the thing is, they don't have one beer. They have like 3 different. They have like 3 beers, right? They're all typically the Carbach. They have like local microbrews, local brews.
I think they got the IPA, the Hopadillo.
Yeah, so they change them up.
Really?
Yeah, but I mean,
I might have to come all the way to Blanco.
Just to go shopping. I came for toothpaste and a beer.
I got my $4.
It's like, honey, can you go get me that pack of gum that I needed? Yeah, I'll be back in an hour and a half.
2 hours later.
Woo! There's your gum, baby, juicy fruit.
So, since my wife doesn't
I
watch,
hate juicy fruit.
since my wife doesn't watch the podcast, this is what I'm going to say. I'm so glad we're having the podcast right now because it saved me from going to fucking North Star Mall. So,
but I thought you loved shopping.
no, I told you I used to love shopping before the kids.
younger.
Now it's like I get frustrated. I don't have the patience.
I think it's just the age of like how old we are, right?
Yeah.
I'm not saying we're old. I'm just saying like
you just said we're old.
We are old.
I'm not
gonna fucking pretend we're not.
I think it's these kids in this generation time, they have no like respect for anything.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? And
I agree.
So I don't know. I grew up, like I said, I'm from Robstown, right?
Shout out to the cotton pickers.
Shout out. I hate the Robstown. Fucking hated them dudes. I couldn't wait to get out.
Really?
Really.
I mean, but it's such a nice place.
Oh damn!
Why aren't you still in Laredo?
I fucking hate it.
Because it's
You
devil's
fucking
asshole. What do you call
Yeah.
it?
We're like the
butthole.
devil's mouth, bro. Like it's just.
That's
No,
right, they're in.
look,
Robstown's one end.
I agree
Laredo's
with
the
you.
other.
I agree with you.
Listen, I ran into my cousin. One of my cousins sent me this article, right? And it may be my phone. I'm not sure, but he sent me like a photo of this article.
Yeah.
And back in the '90s, Robstown was the worst place to live in the entire state of Texas.
That's crazy.
The article said,
And you were living there.
And I was there. I was there.
Hey, he's like, but fast forward 30 years, and it's now
The third
the worst fucking place to live in.
Still the worst fucking place.
He's like, but we still hold the first place.
And you know what pisses me off? I lived in Corpus in the 90s, and Corpus in the 90s was the teen pregnancy capital of the world, and I was not getting laid at all.
It's because you went and you went to Carroll.
And I went to Carroll.
You know what's the problem?
We had
Yeah, like every pretty girl, like all of a
we
sudden
had-
had a fucking baby bump, like the next week.
well, we had the same thing, right? We had girls that were pregnant. Like half our class was fucking pregnant before they graduated. We had students go to Carroll and bang y'all's teachers. That's how bad it was.
I wasn't
at
even
Carroll.
fucking the teachers or the students. Nobody was fucking me. Why?
Because you were a
I
nasty.
was good looking.
You were a nasty
Nasty
boy.
boys. Don't be to think. Dude.
Because you were in calculus, that's why.
I was in the nerdy class.
That would be the
That's
reason why.
That's why, dude. And the truth comes out.
Nerds are the ones that fucking make money.
Well, hold on.
Nowadays,
Now, Wes, you get older,
Nowadays-
yeah. Once you've already made it, then
even in school, like nowadays, like so my girls.
Nerds are getting laid now?
They,
Okay, I'm going back to school.
They are.
I gotta get my GED.
It's
Yeah.
the cool thing now, bro. Like it's
Yeah.
like nerds
cool to
are
be
like the
nerdy.
cool. Yeah, I'm like what? Like
yeah,
I was
except
born in
now,
the wrong generation.
yeah.
wrong city, wrong generation.
Everything, yeah.
You fucked, dude. Hey, so let me ask you. Yes, last week we asked the question:
Oh God.
if you had to pick an '80s song
80 song.
to describe you, what would it be? This one was Nasty Boy over here.
By Janet Jackson. You know one thing I learned by asking this question? Nobody gives a fuck about what 80s songs summarize their life. Because on TikTok, I got a thumbs up. I got a fucking...
I'm like, we don't need a fucking thumbs up.
I
We
got
need
a
you
fucking...
to tell us
I
what
got
your
a
song is.
commenting before I go to sleep. Well, bitch, you didn't come back and finish. Fucking, I got YouTube. Somebody's inviting me to have fucking tacos de caballo. Fucking...
Oh, dude.
I don't want to change the subject,
But you are.
Yeah,
But
but
I'm
we're
going
just going
to.
to talk about horse tacos.
No. So, the podcast with Shaku, you guys mentioned Moejas.
Yes.
And so yesterday we went to HB. And we were at the HB on the west side, off of, what is it, like General McMullen and 19th or something like that, right?
All right.
Like, heart of the west side.
Yeah.
Right? And I was like, perfect, right? It's Moejas was like on there, right? And when I was growing up, Moejas were like a bundle like this for like $5.
Oh, yeah.
Like
To
you
go
can,
take home and cook?
To go home, take home, barbecue and
Yep.
cook, right? Like a huge pack.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Now this ashtray was bigger than the packet, and it was $7. I was like, what am I? I'm gonna feed Ben one taco, and we're not gonna. No one else is gonna eat. Right?
Well, see, the problem with that is it became cool. It became like the thing to cook.
Well, that's
It
like
was-
buffalo wings.
Back then, it
Or
was like fucking,
fajitas.
yeah, it was the same thing with fajitas. Fajitas used to be the trash meat, and
Right.
now it's like
It's
the popular meat.
Right.
Well, but that's what I said. I mean, look, think about it. Me, growing up, nobody wanted the freaking wings.
Yeah.
Think about it. Your parents made, at least my grandma would make caldo de pollo. Nobody wanted the wings, right? I'm like, oh, fuck it, I'll take the wing.
Yeah.
At least
The
love the
thighs-
neck.
the thighs are the
Right,
ones
but
that threw in the
nobody
soup.
wanted that. It's like the thighs he would put in there for the fat, right?
For the flavor.
I didn't like the breast because
It's dry.
it's like dry, but
Yeah.
but nobody wanted the wings because they sucked ass. And then all of a sudden somebody decided to come up with
Put a little
buffalo
sauce on
wings
it,
and
yeah.
put a little sauce and. Now, fuck, man, it's like the packs of wings are like, what the hell,
$2
man? They're
for like
fucking
five.
wings.
Yeah.
There's more bone than meat.
Yeah, there is more bone than me. It's all
Unless you go to Bill Miller.
Do they have
What?
like
They have
juicy wings?
You've never had their chicken wings?
So I thought you meant like buffalo wings.
No.
Yes, no.
So
they're
their
fried
chicken wings,
Yes.
their fried chicken wings.
Yes, I agree.
What they
with you.
do is they cut the breast off
Oh, and included in the wing.
and include it in the wing,
Oh wow.
and their breast is just the rest. Of
I
it.
love Bill's breast. Wait, are we still talking about chicken?
We went off.
Bill, if you're listening, I
We went
love
off
your
to
breast.
keep it somewhere. We got lost. We got
And this all started with us talking about shopping. Sorry.
Shopping.
Yeah.
So getting back to Ross.
Yeah, that's what happens when you go to Ross. You look somewhere and all of a sudden you got Bill's breast in your face. You never know what you're gonna find at Ross. You never. know
But
what
whatever
you're
you
gonna
do find,
at Ross.
trust me, it'll be cheap or on clearance.
Or on clearance, yeah. So going back to your question, the 80s music.
80s, yeah.
So I'm at that time I was listening to a couple genres, right? So it was either like a Metallica.
Or menudo.
I wasn't a big Menudo fan. Or it was like a rap, right? So I'm gonna have to say something by like I don't know, like Ice Cube or NWA.
Yeah, but name the song. The
Boys
song
in the
will
Hood
actually defy you. Define you,
that's
not
tough,
define you.
I got a fat chick on my jock. I got a fat chick on my jock. Is that the one? No.
It could be.
What was good back then?
You're thinking of a good rap song from the 80s?
Yeah.
So many good ones, dude. But again, which one defines you, right?
I don't know. I'm not to think on that one.
That's what I did, dude. I had to think about it. I couldn't come up with something clever. I did come up with the 90s. What about 90s?
I may have to say like an LL Cool J. What is it that Candy Girl?
Oh.
Hmm?
Or Around the Way Girl?
Around the Way Girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need an around the way girl.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, okay.
That defines your life. Sure.
You know,
For the purposes
to the
of the
purposes
podcast.
of the podcast, sure. Yeah, you know.
Watch. I hope you're going to, go in there and make a comment. What's that?
Did you come up with something better than The Devil Inside?
No.
That's your song?
I said that was it, dude.
You ask NXS for their 80s song, they don't even say the fucking Devil Inside.
What are you talking
That's
about?
a good song,
That's
though.
like one of their worst songs.
It's a song that I like, that I feel like
Defines you?
Yeah.
You
Dude,
got no
I've been a
devil
moody
inside?
bastard since, and that's why I'm like,
Sweet, where's the hat?
devil inside, dude.
To hide the
Outside?
horns.
You ain't got no devil inside.
Oh, dude, trust me.
Bro, you could have picked.
Ask anybody that knows me, and they would tell
You could
you.
have picked hungry like the wolf.
No,
You look like your wolf anyway with the fucking gray
hey,
and white
that's
beard.
pretty-
I,
Hey.
I couldn't grow a fucking mustache back till I was like 35, dude. So I was
What?
I was a late fucking bloomer,
Yeah.
dude. I grew this when I was in my 40s.
Puberty finally hit.
Yeah, like my voice changed, my balls
Ball
dropped.
drops. All the way to the floor.
Yeah, I went from like right here to hit the floor, buddy.
I was shaving in high school.
I used to
Well,
buy.
I mean, me too. I just didn't have anything to shave. You know,
No,
just like,
Shaving your balls.
I was using a credit card.
No, dude, I was growing a beard in
I
high
was
school.
pretending. I had Barbie's razor.
Ken's razor.
I'm like,
No, I would walk into convenience stores and buy beer like at 16 because I had like the fucking big, thick fucking Irish beard.
I mean,
Nobody would carve. There was
Dude.
one asshole that would carve me every time, but like as long as that dude wasn't working, I could buy beer at 16 with my big, thick fucking bushy beard.
Really?
oh, big
Yeah.
thick. Okay,
Big, thick.
I'm like,
You're Irish,
they're
bro.
yeah, let me show you.
I'm fucking of age. Look at this.
Show me.
Look at this.
Let me buy my.
I got 3 hairs now.
Who's got a bush like this and they're underage? Come on.
So the answer is no.
Yeah.
I couldn't have been hungry like a wolf.
It's like Ross down there. You gotta fucking like hack at it with a machete.
Now, in the 90s, I did tell you, I'm Too Sexy by Right Said Fred.
Oh, there we
Right,
go.
said Fred. I heard that song.
That was a
long
good
time.
song. I am too sexy.
You know,
A lot of people hated
there's
it.
a
I
new-
love that
there-
song.
there's
Every
a-
time it comes out,
there's
that's
a
a
new
good song.
genre.
I still have the album, dude.
There's this new genre song of that song. It's
Really?
not it's nowhere near word for word, but if you read in between the lines, you're like, wait a minute, this is a Right Said Fred song. What are you talking about? Like this already came out.
What song is that?
I don't remember. Somebody
So,
was listening to it.
yesterday I heard the stupidest song. Some chick, I guess, out of Riverside, California. It's a one-hit wonder. It's called La 69. Dude, if you
You're
have
gonna
a
rap it for us
chance.
right now?
What's on?
You're gonna rap it for us right now?
No, dude, I couldn't rap it if I tried. But I will tell you.
California, what are you talking about?
If you have a chance, go on YouTube and look up La 69 something. If you type in La 69, it'll pop up. There's some chick.
That's the problem I had finding that other song. You
What
know,
was the
I'm
name
gonna-
of that song?
I'm gonna pop in La 69 and like fucking like 30 minutes later I'm gonna be like fucking, oh, I was supposed to be looking for a song.
Yeah. You're like,
Mary Lou walks in. What are you doing?
Johnny told me to look
Johnny told me to look for La 69. I'm at 37 now.
Almost
Leave me alone,
there.
I'm at 37
Almost
and a
there.
half.
Come back in 15 minutes.
Don't look at me!
Don't look at me,
little
I'm
puppet.
hideous.
Don't look at me, little
hideous.
puppet!
I'm hideous.
You know, I actually saw that movie when it came out.
Blood In,
Listen,
Blood Out?
I did. I saw that movie with
Which one?
Blood In, Blood Out
Oh.
with
Oh, yeah.
my parents. Listen, it was.
It's like, that's why you don't go to jail. That's why you stayed out of jail, right?
Listen, when we were younger, we were raised Catholic, right?
Yeah.
And then as we got a little older, around 12, 13, I switched over to Pentecostal,
Okay.
right? We went to go see this movie, right? So pretty much my whole life I was kind of raised religious,
Sure.
whatever, right? And walked into this movie and we walked out and my mother says, that was a really good movie. I was like, dude, were we sitting in the same movie? Like this dude got a knife stuck in his ass. Like, I don't know. That was a great
And
movie.
traumatized you for life.
No way, dude.
Dude, I watched, fuck, I don't even know what to call it. I guess, soft porn movie with my mom.
What?
Just kidding. No, but I did.
It was a B movie.
Yeah, that's soft porn. No, I watched, I remember going to the movies, and my mom was not a movie person, but there was a movie that in the 80s,
With John
It was like a
Holmes?
big deal. No, it was just a Mexican movie,
No.
and it was called Las Poquianchis, and it was about some like brothel or some shit like that. But it was like it made like this big headlines in Mexico, right?
Okay.
Because it was almost like a movie based on reality, right?
Brothel.
Real events, right? And these women that were being like trafficked almost, right?
Oh shit.
And so I remember. I don't know where my sisters were, but all I know is I went with my mom and my grandmother, and my mom was like, "Hey, cúbrete los ojos, tápate los ojos," right? Every time something bad would.
So the whole fucking movie, you're like this.
Well, but here's the deal, right? I'm like, my mom tells me to cover my eyes. I'm like, because it wasn't necessarily violence; it was
Titties.
nudity. Yeah, and I was like,
Man, every '80s movie had like titties in it though. That was like on. We went back because we used to do '80s movies like, with the kids, and we like put on like something. Like just random, and then titties pop out, and like that's right, I forgot. Every '80s movie has like titties.
Yeah.
In it.
you think about meatballs, you know?
Yeah. Well, Meatballs was all about titties. That,
Yeah.
that was the point of the movie. But
Yeah.
like,
Well, that's what I'm saying. But
this is just like random, like fucking Molly Ringwald movie, and like some 3 chicks run by topless. It's like, oh, that's right. And
You forget, right?
you forget that there's just titties in every '80s movie for no reason.
yeah.
Well,
But there was nothing wrong with that. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
But it wasn't essential for the script. Is what I'm saying.
So, by the way, it's La 69 Jenny 69. That's
The
That's
name of the
the
song or the name of the artist?
well, that's what you need to look up.
I heard a song called Pound Town. And it goes, Pound Town, take me to Pound Town. My pussy pink, my booty hole brown. And that's the fucking chorus of the song.
Listen to this. It's the music is good, but then she starts singing, and
Is that Nicki Minaj?
it's a Nicki Minaj wannabe. So look up.
From a pobrecita to a bad bitch.
Como pobrecita to a bad bitch, huh?
You gotta listen to La 69 Jenny 69. I think we need to put it on there.
That's a rap.
And then she goes off right now, and she's talking about how she's la más chingona. Dude.
So why are you promoting this bitch?
Because it's fucking hilarious, dude. It's hilarious.
Well, I think the problem is today, like, anybody can like make a song or
Yeah.
a podcast
What?
and put it on fucking YouTube and Spotify.
Wait, hold
it's
on.
like there is no borders to like
You're telling
anybody.
me anybody can start a podcast?
Yeah.
So we're not special? No. Fuck that.
Come out of here.
So like this bitch thinks she's like fucking doing something real and like she just fucking
Well, just like most of these young people that get discovered on YouTube or whatever it is, I think that's what she's trying to do. She's trying to be.
Do old people get discovered on YouTube? Because
We're waiting.
I'm right here.
Yeah, I'm really good.
I'll sing about 69 if you want me to.
I mean, according to Ancestry.com, I'm 13% African, where it counts.
So only 13% of your dick is big.
No, his hair, his curly hair.
Dude. Oh wait, this isn't curly. It's white. My pubes are curly. My ass hair is curly, dude.
Thank you.
No, but
This podcast is
it's
golden
going.
right
It's
now.
going. Yes. Shaku, we miss you. Dude. Where are you, Shaku?
Shout out to Shaku. That was the best rated fucking episode of this podcast ever. It got like 32 views on YouTube and 30 downloads on Spotify. I think he sent it to like every family member he ever had.
In Houston.
Alex,
People he's never talked, like hasn't talked to in years. He's like, hey, I'm on a podcast.
So no
motherfucker."
pressure, Alex. If you don't get at least
Yeah, if you
32
don't-
views, you're not coming
You're not
back.
coming back, son.
But I'm Superman. I should wear
Indestructible.
I should wear a Superman
Yeah,
shirt
it's-
today. But I
You haven't
didn't.
even told a single story about rolling out of the ER,
Rolling out of the
or
ER.
fucking midget
Yeah,
trying
so
to
what happened
pinch
there?
you and all that
Midget?
shit. The midget story.
Wait,
I don't remember that one.
Oh, never mind.
little people,
That was
dude.
somebody.
Yeah.
Little people.
Little
BBC.
Did I just
don't remember.
demonetize us on YouTube?
Yes, you did. We apologize for that. Now we're gonna have to
You
go
lost
back.
that.
Now I gotta, I'm
Now we
sorry.
got a Brian Williams' episode. We apologize for anything he may have said.
He's actually coming to San Antonio.
Who?
Brad Williams.
Is he really?
Yes, and I want to go so bad.
I don't know who that is.
Brad Williams, the little person from, wasn't he like from, like Bam and all them dudes?
Oh, Jackass.
Jackass.
Okay.
Oh no, I was talking about the news guy, the one that got banned from NBC. But anyway, I know who you're talking about.
Is that his
But
name?
it's not. I don't think it's Brian.
No, it's Brad.
Brad Williams. Yeah.
I think it's Brad Williams. I think it's last name. Either way, he's coming to
Don't fucking deflect.
He is the
He's
stand-up.
deflecting. He's deflecting.
Yeah.
Tell us. So what's this with the little person?
I don't know the story with the little person grabbing my ass. You're making shit up now, dude. Like fucking like.
You went to they were
Party
trying
last
to,
Saturday night.
They were trying
you
to
couldn't
like,
get laid and you got in a fight. Wait.
What happened? You went to the doctors and they were trying to like start the IV and or something, and the nurse kept like touching you like that,
Jiggling your balls.
and you're like, "What are you?" You're like, "What are you doing?" And she's like, "I'm trying to distract you."
Oh.
And you were like,
she was
"I
not a
don't need
midget.
that.
She was
I don't
not
need
okay.
that."
Okay. She was not a midget. She was just short. Right. So so in 2020 I got diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, right? So they sent me to go get like some biopsies, right? So the doctor's like, "Are you afraid of needles?" I was like, "No, like I have tattoos, several of them, right?" And so he's like, "Okay, well I'm gonna stick this needle in you." It was like in my neck, right? Because it started in my neck, right? And so I was like, okay, right? So he's like, okay, I'm gonna start, right? And I was like, all right. So I'm like laying there, and the nurse, which was just short, she starts like tapping me on my shoulder, right? And I was like, what is she doing, right? And I was like, okay. So the doctor's like, okay, I'm done. Well, he does it a few times, but every time he did it, she's like tapping me, right? And I said, and I finally said, what are you doing? Like, why are you tapping my shoulder? I mean, my elbow, right? And she's like, well, I'm distracting you from the needle. I said, but why? Right? And she's like, well, because some people it hurts and it's uncomfortable, and to distract them. I was like, I don't need you to distract me. I know there's a needle going in my neck, whether you distract me or not.
You're causing me grief, anxiety, and anger, bitch.
Like, you're
can you stop? Like, tapping me?
You're freaking me
so
out.
that's the story. I guess she was short. She was really short.
And if she's listening, we just want to thank you for making sure that he's okay.
And if you want to sponsor our podcast, it's $1.25.
Yeah, for $1.25. So if you want to throw in $1.25,
Sure.
you can sponsor us.
I'll give it to Ben and Poker Night. I already give away $20.
I just heard that he's going to poke Ben at night.
At night.
That's how rumors get started. That's how rumors
I'll
get
do it
started.
during the day. I don't know what you're talking about. Dude.
I mean, I'll do it for $2.50. I'll double the $1.25. So,
So yeah, I have a lot of stories about the ER, and so back in 2020, I got diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. 8 months later, I was, cancer-free. And
good for you, man.
Yes, still in remission. I go every 4 to 6 months to go get, tested and stuff like that. So.
Is that why you live by that motto? Come and take it. Fuck you.
I do. I turned it around because I didn't know we were good with it or not.
Of course, man. Turn it.
Fucking this is a freedom of
up,
speech
dude.
fucking podcast, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like that.
There you go. Right. Come and take it.
Come and take it.
Don't worry. We're gonna flip this video around.
We'll
We'll edit it out.
edit it out.
I love Barbie. I love shopping.
So Alan here on the Barbie movie.
To tell you the truth, I didn't even know who Alan was, right? And I had to look over my daughter, like, who's Alan, right? And she's like, that's.
Wait, you didn't have Alan?
I didn't. I didn't know. I had a younger sister, right? So we're 80 babies, right? Like we're strawberry shortcake.
Yeah.
We didn't. My sister didn't play with Barbies.
Yeah.
Right. And
Well,
we lived down in the country, right? We like.
I'm like,
fucking
I played with Barbies.
Sticks in tires, shit like that, right? And so
I played with Barbie, so I was like, "Hey, Barbie." Oh, hey. Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
This is a family podcast.
No, it's not. we explicitly post on YouTube like this is not for children.
Yeah, exactly. Do not let your. Oh shit. So, my niece are a big fan.
Mm-hmm.
Earlier this week, her little boy is. I'm on the phone with my sister, which is her grandson, right? This little boy, and he's like, Tioni. He calls me Tioni. He goes, Tioni, I saw you on YouTube. I'm like, what? So it turns out that I guess his mom set up, possibly, that's what I'm thinking, their little Amazon Fire tablets using her Gmail, right?
Yeah.
And so when she left it unlocked under not the kid mode, he must have hit YouTube and we popped up because she watches our podcast, and he's like, but my mom says I cannot follow you because you guys because you say bad words. So Chucky, it's what I told you. It's not me. It's the people that come to the podcast.
So turn the fucking YouTube off and go outside and play. Get the fuck off YouTube.
See what I mean, Chucky? And this is exactly why 5-year-olds should not be watching us. But yeah, no, he tells me, he's like, Dione, I saw you on YouTube, but my mom says I can't follow you because there's a lot of bad words. I said, yeah, I'm trying to get the two other boys not to say bad words, but you know, we're having a hard time. And
it's my fault. I'm a nasty boy, Miss Jackson.
Yeah. And I've got the devil inside, but now I'm too sexy.
My youngest.
And then this one can't figure this shit out.
My youngest won't watch, but she'll comment like on all the videos. So she'll put, "I love Shaco."
Nice.
She misspelled the name.
Who was it? Oh, we're gonna be like Matt Damon. I was watching some documentary talking.
Do you have a podcast?
If he wants to join us, Matt, you're more than welcome to join us. But he was sharing a funny story about how his kids don't really watch his movies.
Oh, yeah.
And then now that as they got older, they started watching some of the movies. And he said they were sitting down amongst friends and the kids were there. And he's like, yeah, like when Dad made The Wall. And
Pink Floyd The Wall?
No, he made a movie called The Wall, right? And Matt Damon turns around and tells his daughter, it's called The Great Wall. And she's like, Dad, there's nothing great about it. And I was like, dude, man, talk about your kid just BAM!
Yeah.
Pounding on you.
Kids will destroy your soul.
Yeah, that's why I don't let my kids watch. Not because there's bad words, but because my kids will tell me, oh, like this fucking week, you know, we had that whole conversation. What does zesty mean?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna tell you, I went home. Well, when you sent us,
We all go home. Alex, just answer the question. No, I'm just kidding.
All right. Zesty nowadays means you're fucking gay,
Yeah.
right?
What are you talking about? I'm like, start caressing his face. What are you talking about? So, yes, right? We had this conversation, and so my daughter texts me. She's like, Dad, do you know what zesty means? I'm like, yes. And so I told her, I said, sexually attractive. I said, spicy, full of life, you know. And she's like, okay, no. And she asked me again. I said, you mean, do I know that it means gay? And she goes, yes. I'm like, yes, because I'm very happy. And she goes, but not that gay, Dad. So the truth is, yes, I do know what it means.
We're taking Zesty back. We're
I'm
taking
bringing
Zesty back.
Yeah.
Them other boys, they don't know how to act.
Yeah.
I'm not zesty.
So fucking, my middle kid, we were sitting around drinking, deciding what we're going to name the podcast. My middle kid goes, you should call it Zestyortesty. And we were like, that's great. Because we would come up with a name and I would Google it. It's like, there's already a podcast with that name. We come up with another name, already a podcast with that name. Zestyortesty. There was Zesty podcast and there were Testy podcasts, but there was no Zesty or Testy podcast.
Really?
So I'm like, boom, that's it. We're like 8 shows in. I've got fucking stickers printed up. I've got t-shirts on the way. My middle kid goes, Dad, you do know I was fucking with you, right? Zesty means gay, and I thought you knew what that meant, and I thought you would go, we're not gonna name our podcast gay, and I'm like, I had no fucking idea that y'all Zesty means gay now.
Yep.
I love your kids,
So
man.
now we're fucking stuck with it.
I love your kids, and I cannot believe Lila referred to me as gay.
No, I can believe it.
You know what?
Well, when you wear coral colored,
No shit.
Says the guy wearing the pink shorts
They're coral, Johnny. They're
Okay.
coral.
and a Victorian white shirt.
you know, Victoria white shirt. Yeah.
I thought it was cream, but maybe I'm
No,
mistaken.
dude.
It's pearl white.
It's Arctic white. The fact that we just came up with 5 names for white,
Yeah,
you know?
we're pretty gay.
Yeah. Hence
Maybe
zesty.
it's accurately named.
Zesty. Yes, we are zesty. No, I am zesty.
There you go. I'm Testy.
Yeah.
Testy McNasty.
Because
If
he's
you're
a
asking.
pair of testicles.
I am.
Yeah.
Because I'm always pissed off. I'm
Yeah.
Testy.
I heard your reason why you called Testy.
But zesty used to mean spicy, so we're going to leave it like
And
that.
sexually attractive. You're welcome, America.
There you go. Johnny Zesty. See? Your nipples down here and not way up here.
I had plastic surgery.
Lower and lower and lower.
I need you to take my nipples up here, my panza down there. I mean, I wipe my ass and it's halfway through my back now. I mean, you know. But anywho, well, no, thanks again, man. And we're not done yet, but thank you for joining us. So you did
We're
bring
only
up.
halfway through.
What's that?
We're only halfway through.
No, I was going to ask. You brought up the question. Oh no, you made a comment about the chili.
Yes.
So, your thoughts? Chili, do beans belong in chili? Yes or no?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I was like, fuck, dude,
We're
am I
about
going to
to-
have to kick him
We're
out?
gonna have to bury you in the fucking backyard.
No, when I make like chili dogs, chili has to have beans in it.
Oh.
And dog.
And
And a little bit of dog.
Yeah.
Not too much.
Yeah, yeah.
Like a Chihuahua size, not like a big ass
course.
fucking Great Dane.
Hey, so who put the tacos de caballo, dude?
I don't know, one of your relatives, I'm sure.
I'm pretty sure because, so there's a restaurant, well, there's a food truck.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a truck.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call it food. There's a taco truck.
Sells,
They sell
sells horse
horse.
out the back.
Well, let's put it this way,
You
dude.
want some orange?
This is
Like, I
this
don't
is
know,
in
man.
Nuevo Laredo.
How fresh is that ice?
Look, I'm gonna tell you, you don't see a fucking stray dog or cat around that food truck. It makes you wonder where it's coming from, right? But it's the food truck you would go to at 2:30 in the morning when
Oh,
the
yeah.
clubs would close,
Fuck
right?
yeah.
You would go and you order, you
One of
know,
my favorite places. Nice
4,
and easy.
8, 6 tacos, however many you wanted. Fucking delicious, dude. But you're so drunk and you're one, and everybody claimed that it's like they call them tacos de caballo because they're like that's what you're eating.
Yeah.
They would process old horses and
I don't think I
Look,
ever
Is that just shit talking or is it for real?
nah, it's shit talk. You know? Well, at least I'm hoping. it is.
Yeah, really, right?
I mean, I don't know the guys enough to tell you where they got the meat, but the tacos are fucking fantastic, right?
It's not horse, it's dog. It's fine, man.
All I know is
Or cat.
I would eat like 6 or 8 of them, and they're like, "Sir, can I help you?" And I'm like, I was. You want some more? But you know, they were referred to as tacos de caballo, and then they built they made another restaurant, but this time they moved to Laredo, to Texas, the U.S. side, Laredo, Texas, and everybody said, "Hey, those tacos de caballo is not watching. You're about to burn the cable," and they would say, you know, come and try them. It's the tacos de caballo. They moved to Laredo. So I never tried them on the U.S. side, but in Mexico, dude, we would go there like religiously at
Yeah.
2:30, 3 in the morning, dude. Yeah, right before going to Boys Town. So it's the truth. I mean, you don't.
That's where he got the zesty from.
This podcast just moved from 18 to 21.
Yeah. So you don't want because you don't want to. Let's put it this way: the type of meat you're going to be eating at Boys Town is totally different.
Not gonna be a horse. I'm gonna tell you that.
Yeah. It's like, have you ever had dinner at the Y?
Here's the why.
Yes. Anyway, so Dude, 2 o'clock, you get kicked out of the bar. 2:15, you're at Tacos de Caballo. 2:45, you're on your way to Boys Town. Because where else could you keep drinking till 6 in the morning?
You're stumbling home at daylight going, where did the night go?
Stumbling, fucking driving, dude.
What
You're
happened
like,
Have you ever driven
Why
in
is my
Mexico?
wallet
Have you
empty?
ever driven in
Nobody,
border town Mexico?
nobody pays attention to the stop signs. They're like, you just gotta like kind of run it.
So, last time we were in Mexico, before my kids were born, my father had hip surgery.
Okay.
And we were in Matamoros, right? my wife. She vowed to never go back to Mexico.
Why?
It's just, I mean, it's a shit town, right? Like but my dad was in the hospital, right? We're looking for a restaurant, and literally there is a horse dragging half a car. Right? Their means of transportation, right? Like, and it freaks you out because it's not something that you're used to, right? So my sister was like 7-8 months pregnant, something like that, right? So we go eat, right? And we pull up to the restaurant, park out front, and when we get out, the Durango is missing.
Oh shit.
Right? Either one or two things, right? You got towed or stolen, right?
More than likely, stolen.
So we're looking around, and the side of the restaurant is an auto shop. Right? And the guy's like, hey, you guys looking for the Durango? And we're like, yeah. He's like, oh, it got towed. You're in no parking. Right.
Shit.
So whatever the sign said, I don't know what it said. No
Some
parking.
guy came and put a sign and they're like, we're going to tow it.
Yeah. So we're like, well, where's the yard, right? We go down 2 blocks, go over 3 blocks. We're walking, and it's residential. Never run into a tow yard or anything, right? So we asked, like, where? They're like, oh, go down another block, go up 4 blocks.
Oh shit.
So we go all the way around, come back another 3 blocks, whatever, right?
Sent you in a circle.
Send us in a circle, eventually. We come to this little corner, like shopping strip or whatever, and there's a police station. Policeman out there, right? And the entire station was probably the size of this patio, right? And he's like, oh no. So he walks over to the corner and he's like, go down like 5-6 blocks and go over 2. We literally passed the restaurant that we
You're
just got out
originally
of. Right. So we eventually find the place, right? So we asked the guys like, hey, you got a blue Durango? Like, oh yeah, it's right here, right? So we're like, how much? Right? And he says it's $500.
God damn.
We're like, fuck.
That was back in the 90s. That's like fucking
right.
Wow, dude.
even worse.
So we're like, okay, right. So I told my wife, I said, look, we got some money in the bank, right? I'll go to the bank and get the money out, right? And my sister's like, no, we got it. My brother-in-law will, right. So we talked to the guy. The guy's like, well, I'll take you to the bank, right?
Yeah.
So they got in the truck, and so my brother-in-law, you've never met my brother-in-law, is like 6'3". Back then was solid 250 pounds.
Yeah.
Right, big guy, right? And gets into this little Ford Ranger, right? They drive off, right? So my mom gets this crazy idea to ask what the translation was. From pesos to dollars, right? And the guy says, it's only $20.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
My sister, again, is like 8 months pregnant.
Pulls out a 20.
Fucking hot as fuck.
Yeah.
She's fucking goes off on everybody, right? Calls my brother-in-law, and my brother-in-law is fucking even hotter. Like, fucking pissed, right? Grabs the fucking keys, throws him the fucking money, right? And off we went. I was like,
Wouldn't you be relieved that it's only $20?
no, yes. But the whole thing was like, how are we gonna come up with the money
Yeah.
to get the truck out?
Yeah.
Right? Like,
So what did they tell you? 500 pesos?
500 pesos,
Oh,
right?
okay.
But we were still like, okay,
Thinking it
pesos
was
like
$5,
$5, right?
okay.
Like we're fucking
I get you.
from South Texas, right? Like,
Yeah.
You know, we had a similar situation. This is back in the probably late 90s, early 2000s. My boss tells me, hey, I want to go take a drive out to some of your locations in Eagle Pass, Del Rio. I said, yeah, that's fine. We got to Eagle Pass. And when we're there,
You took your boss to Boys Town.
well, no, I took him across the border. I said, have you ever been across the border? He goes, down. He goes, I said, you want to go? He goes, you know how to travel there? I'm like, dude, I grew up in a border town. Yeah, let's go. So, and somebody had told me, hey, you got to go eat at this place. I can't remember what it was called, a Mexican restaurant, right?
Yeah.
We walk in, and it's like,
it's not a Canadian restaurant.
no, well, no, here's the thing. Smart ass over here. No, so, because he wanted to go eat Mexican food, right? And so we go to this restaurant. Dude, we walk in, it's like all the waiters are dressed up. I mean, it's a fancy
wow.
Mexican restaurant, right?
Yeah.
We order our food, eat, and then, of course, this guy's a stickler. He's by the book, real serious guy. Nice guy, my boss. They bring back the check. Dude, I've never seen a white man turn pink.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because that's how clear he got.
Yeah.
And he was like coral colored. Yeah, he looked like a fucking Barbie. Sorry, Patrick, if you ever listen. But he looks at the check, and dude, I swear, his balls went up to his throat.
Yeah.
I mean, he just and
Thousands of dollars for this meal?
$182.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm like, he goes, and he doesn't say anything. I just see him start like wiping sweat beads off his, and he's looking at it. I said, hey, you want me to put it on my card? Because I had my corporate card also.
Yeah.
And he's like, no. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and put it on my personal. And he would always put his hand here when you got nervous.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put it on my personal card. I'm like, yeah, just put it on the corporate card. It's a meal.
Business
It's an
meal.
expense meal. Or it's a business meal.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even know how to explain it to Melody. Melody was our finance director,
Yeah.
right? She was the one that approved the expenses.
Yeah.
Dude, $182. And I said, what's wrong? And I look at it. I said,
182 pesos.
I'm like, dude, it's 182 pesos.
Yeah.
And he goes,
That's
well, how
like
much is that? I'm like,
$1.80.
at the time it was 10 to 1, right?
Yeah.
I said $18,
Yeah.
Patrick. He goes, oh shit. He goes, Johnny, I swear I thought it was going to be $182. I'm like, no, dude, it's in pesos, man. It's a 10 to 1 approximately, so it's about 18. And I told the guy, I told the waiter, I said, hey, me lo puedes traer en dólares? And he comes back, he was like 19.25, and he goes, can we pay with a credit card? I'm like, yeah, you can pay with a credit card, dude. He's like, okay, well, you pay for it, I'll approve it. I'm like, yeah, but it's $20. It's less than $20,
Yeah.
right? I mean, we're talking 20 years ago,
Right.
25 years ago, when you could tip $3, and the guy was like,
Oh,
oh,
that's
I
like
can
crazy.
buy a whole country for $3.
But you know, if you use your credit card directly, as you get the better exchange rate. Like if you have them bring it to you in American dollars, they're gonna jack it up a little bit. If
Well,
you just pay directly in pesos to the
he
bank
he needed to see it in
Yeah, I
dollars,
get
you
you.
know, because he
I
was
get you.
already
He
thinking
was already
$182
Yeah.
for fajitas. I'm like, but how were they? Huh? They were good, weren't they? How about those mollejas?
A few years ago, we went on a cruise with some buddy of ours, right? It's like a family cruise with all our kids and
Now he's just bragging.
and yeah, we didn't pay very much for it. And
Now he's bragging even more.
yeah, so first place we went to was not Cancun. What was the other one?
Cozumel.
Cozumel. And then the second one was
Grand Cayman,
no, it was the
Belize, Mahogany
Progreso.
Bay. Okay,
Right.
look at that.
and
Wait,
so
you went
there's-
from Grand Cayman to Progreso?
no,
No,
we
but
went
Yucatan.
Yucatan,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Yucatan, right?
Okay.
So we got off, and it's a long drive from where the ship stops to the actual like marqueta, right?
Mhm.
So when they drop you off in front of a big marqueta, right? And so we were hungry, right? So like, oh, stop and eat, right? So I paid for the meal, right? Our buddies were like, oh, you know, they paid for their meal, and she haggled with them, right? And at the time, I think it was like 18 to 1, it was something fucking
Yeah.
ridiculous, like almost 20 to 1, right? And so I paid for our meal, and it was big enough to feed like all 5 of us, right?
Yeah.
And it was literally like $8,
Yeah.
right? And So, our friend says, did you haggle with them? I said, it's
Why?
$8 I said, I gave him a 10,
Yeah.
right? And she
Keep the
said,
change.
why? No, why would you? I was like, because we're in fucking Mexico. And
They need it.
was $10, bro. Like, and it
Yeah.
fed my entire family.
Yeah.
I said,
it was
where?
probably delicious. And you probably had a great time.
It was.
Fucking why not? Why
Yeah.
fucking make their lives harder?
Right,
Like
harder, yeah. She got him down to like $5, right? I was like,
yeah, for what?
I was like,
I gotta
What
tell
are you
you,
gonna
dude,
do with the extra $3?
this-
What are you
this-
gonna do with it?
This is the shit that I miss
Buy some
about
Cubans.
Mexico, dude.
That you could haggle.
Well, no. It's the
Yeah.
I miss the fact that you could go out there and have such a great time anywhere, but now
It's
with
dirty.
these fucking cartels,
Yeah,
dude,
you
it's,
gotta
like,
go over
it's so fucking scary,
yeah,
man.
is it?
But and I say that because I went with a buddy of mine years ago to Acapulco. He had never been. I said, let's go to Acapulco.
Yeah.
Dude, he didn't want to go out there as a tourist. He just wanted to go to the beach and drink.
Yeah.
And he's like, dude, I don't necessarily. He goes, we'll go to the clubs. In fact, he didn't even want to go to clubs. He's like, dude, I just want to go to a bar. So it was
Yeah.
awesome. And we would go to a bar called Blackbeard's.
Yeah.
Redbeard. It was Barbarojas.
Yeah.
And we would just drink.
I think that's Ben's beer bar.
Yeah, Barbaroja.
They bought me out. I'm not an owner anymore.
You should go back. You have a nice bar over there. But dude,
Take some buddies out. you know?
one of the days that we went drinking, we had breakfast at the hotel, went downstairs, and the bar at the hotel was really nice, fucking expensive as shit. So we went down to the beach.
Yeah.
We see these really nice beach chairs with the fucking umbrellas and shit like that. And we asked this guy, like, hey, can we sit here? He goes, well, they're rentals, but only if you're going to drink. I'm like, oh, we're going to drink.
Yeah.
And so, we're like, hey, you got the darkest complected guy with green eyes, and everybody calls him Güero or Borrado, right? And so we're like, and everybody's like, Güero, just because he had green eyes, right? And we're like, hey, so Güero it is, right? So Güero comes over and brings us, 2 Dos Equis or Sol, whatever the hell we were drinking.
That's the exact same thing they would call me before they beat the shit out of me. Órale, güero, boom!
Dude, we
Finish the
started
story.
drinking around noon, 11:30 or noon.
Yeah.
We didn't get up till around 6 o'clock in the afternoon, dude.
Kinda.
And every time you had to go piss, you'd walk into the beach, piss, and then come right
Yeah.
back, right? and so we
You
were
make the blue water green.
yeah, yellow and blue make green. And so we would we kept on drinking. At the end of the fucking afternoon, we asked the guy, we're like, hey, güero, ya estamos listos. And he's like, pues fueron a ver. And dude, he's got no tally. He's just kind of guesstimating. He goes,
Yeah.
fueron como unas, pues, ¿qué serían? Unas 12 cervezas. I'm like, dude, I think we drank more than 12 beers, dude.
Yeah.
All right? 6 hours, you can imagine, right? We're smoking, drinking, and the guy says, it's, pues, unos $30.
Fuck, that's cheap.
$30, dude, right?
Yeah.
My buddy pulls out $40. He's like, here you go.
Yeah.
And he's like, ahorita le traigo el cambio. He goes, no, dude, keep
Yeah.
the change. Because we know that
You had a
here
great time.
in the States, we would have spent so much fucking
Yeah,
more,
you would've
dude,
been broke.
for 6 hours of drinking.
Yeah.
And so he gave him $40. And needless to say, the next day, I said, hey, Bayeto, where do you want to go? And he goes, fuck it, dude, let's go back to the
Yeah.
same spot.
Let's go see
So we went
Güero
to go,
again.
And they remember
we-
you like, sir, come back over
Sure
here.
enough, dude,
Yeah,
we go
no
downstairs. He
shit.
goes, hey, ¿qué pasó, muchachos? I said, güero, 2 sillas, por favor. And he's like, aquí, hombre.
Yeah,
and I'm
exactly.
like, so we
Here's
sat
the best
down.
one. Like,
Yes. But
Yeah.
in between those 6 hours,
Yeah.
and this is what my buddy fell in love with, and you don't get to enjoy that anymore because of this bullshit that's happening with the
Yeah,
cartels, right?
makes sense.
But my buddy, he's like, dude, we gotta go because I'm getting a little hungry.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, bitch, we don't go. What do you
Yeah.
feel like
What
having?
do you could bring me some
And I'm like,
tacos de caballo?
well, at the time we used to both be big smokers, right?
Yeah.
And we had Marlboro Lights, and I'm like, he goes, dude, we're gonna have to take off. He goes, I don't have any more cigarettes. I'm like, fuck that shit. Bueno, necesito unos cigarros.
Yeah.
And he's like, espérame tantito. Next thing you know, this little boy comes over, like he's probably
Got the
like,
little box
card
there.
of-
no,
card
he's like 7 years old, right? And he goes, ¿necesita algo? And I said, unos cigarros. Le dije, consume unos cigarros. Permítame, ahorita regreso. Dude, he comes back, this little old lady, probably 80 years old, dude, with a box.
Yeah.
She had peanuts,
Everything you
chocolates,
want, yeah.
chiclets, cigarettes, all kinds of cigarettes.
Yeah.
We're like, démelos. paquetes de Marlboro lights, right? So we got 2 packs. Then we didn't even have to get up from our chairs.
Yeah,
And then the
I
lady
know.
walks away, and I'm like, hey, güero, algo de comer. Le consigo un coco. I'm like, dude, some coconut. The guy comes over. He's got a sack full of coconuts, right? Dude, right there.
I thought it
with
was gonna go a different direction with the story.
No, 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 no.
You want some
No,
cocoa?
he pulls out. Well, that's we're gonna get to that. And so the guy actually pulls out a fucking coconut, and right there, dude, starts like
Right, cracks it open, yeah.
cracks it open, lime, salt, chile, dude, ready for us to eat. And then right around 4 in the afternoon, Baeto's like, dude, I need a soda or something, some water. And so Güero comes over. He goes, "Otras 2 cervezas." And my buddy goes, "Oye, Güero, ¿no tienes coca?" Dude, Güero's like,
Yes, un momento.
no, Güero's like, ¿cómo dice? And I'm like, pues, ¿no tiene unas coca? And, pues, es que, dice usted coca? And my buddy's like, yeah, nah, que si tienen coca. And it hit me, I'm like, dude, he thinks he wants Coke.
Yeah.
And he goes, well, I want a Coke. And I'm like, cocaine, dude. And he's like, oh, shit. And I said, y un refresco. And he goes, tengo Pepsi. And I'm like, you'll have a Pepsi, dude. Dude, it was hilarious.
Exactly.
And we would walk down the fucking...
I'm very surprised he didn't show up with like
With
a
a
fucking bag
Johnson.
because, like, yeah.
Well, he thought
Servicing
about it. He
tourists.
wanted to make sure. He was like, Coca? What do you mean by Coca? Do you mean like Coca or Pepsi Cola?
Eres
Coca?
federales.
Well, we're walking down, and so the main street that you walk through, that's right next to the beach, right, to the along the coast, right?
Yeah.
It's called La Costera, and there's a lot of little shops and walking down. Dude, I was a little insulted that every time we would pass by like a little shop, pharmacy, right? They would say, "Hey, sir, we got come in, diet pills."
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, motherfucker. So every time I would pass by, they offered me diet pills. But then Beto would pass by, and this guy, long hair, kind of easygoing kind of guy, groovy kind of love kind of guy. He's, they would look at him and he goes, "Sir, we got marijuana." And we're like, I'm like, dude, how come they offer me diet pills and you marijuana, dude? I'm like, that's fucking bullshit, man. I mean, quality here. Ask me if I want marijuana. I wasn't gonna buy any, but I mean, at least ask me, Yeah, let's make it equal. But yeah, so I miss those things about Mexico. That my kids will never get to enjoy, understand the joys of Mexico. And like you said, right, going and eating for next to nothing.
We used to go all the time when we were growing up. We're 3 hours away, right? It's still a drive, but we'd make the drive to Reynosa and all the other, the south portion of the border towns, and man, we'd come home and my dad would always buy the coronitas and stuff. Back then it was okay to bring them, and he'd save them in a box
And take them back.
and take them back
Mm-hmm.
and
Get half
exchange
your
them.
money back.
Well, they would give him like half off.
You
Yeah.
get a discount for
You get a
returning the
discount for
bottles.
returning the
Yeah,
bottles.
I remember. I had a friend that would fucking cuss me out because I'd fucking like toss the bottle in their break and they're like, "Motherfucker, I was saving those."
I was never a Coronita fan, dude.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, I loved Sol.
Yeah.
And then what they called ampolletitas, which were the little Sol bottles, like the little Coke bottles, right?
Yeah.
I mean, those, really cold. It's like you would chug it in one drink, right?
Yeah.
But it's so good.
But they didn't even call them coronitas. They call them tetetas.
I don't know what they call them.
Is that what
Those
they're
are little.
Tetitas? Or
Yeah.
what?
No, never heard of that. The good ones.
Like little boob?
Yeah, little titty.
Oh, tetitas.
Yeah,
Never heard of that. I think you're making that shit up, dude.
probably.
That was a corpus thing.
Loud.
Dude, I don't know how you feel, but I think we need to stop right now.
We're at the end. We already hit like an hour, like 9 minutes ago. So
Oh, did we
Really?
yeah.
Wow.
Time
So
flies
fast.
when you're drinking.
Did you ever get to go to Victoria's in Nuevo Laredo?
So that's where we got married.
You got married at Victoria's.
Yep.
So that the restaurant is just beautiful. You're walking down a shitty ass street. You turn into it. It's got a huge wall all around it. The building itself is all glass.
Yep.
and then like the wall is all covered in vegetation, so you feel like you're like in this hidden little garden, and it's the best cabrito I've ever had in my life. Fucking dirt cheap.
So
You were talking about all the waiters dressed in ties.
Yes.
That's what it made me think of because they're all like dressed very professional. It's like a high end thing and dirt fucking cheap. And that place is
it's a shame it's closed, dude.
It's closed.
It's a shame it's closed because they had delicious food. So that's when we got married back in 2004, dude.
That's crazy. I didn't know.
We actually, our wedding was in the patio outside where all the vegetation, all the garden is. That's where we got married.
Yeah.
And it was absolutely just a beautiful place, man. And then, I don't know if you remember, you would go into the main street and then you would turn right to go to the restaurant, right?
Yeah.
From the main street, which is Guerrero. But if you turn left 1 block, there was a church. There was a little plaza.
Yeah.
And there was a church across from the plaza.
Yeah.
So we actually got married at that church and then walked 2 blocks to the
the reception.
Yeah, to the reception, man. It was really neat. A lot of fun. So it was good stuff. But anywho, well, this was really good, man. I appreciate you coming over, Alex. And I don't know
Good
what
to be
Ben
here.
is doing.
Yeah,
Ben
awesome.
is
Our second guest ever gets
Awesome.
the Zestyortesty sticker. Whenever I get T-shirts, I get
hologram
you
sticker.
Nice.
Yeah. The
I'll put it-
holograms were cheaper than the regular ones. So
How is that?
I don't know.
I don't know, but it works.
We'll
No,
get
but
you a T-shirt next time you come.
in all seriousness, thank you so much, Alex, for joining us. Shout out to Alex, to Shaku, to the what do you call it?
Can't start it.
There you go.
Yeah,
You
there you
put it
go.
on your come and take it.
And to the Robstown cotton pickers,
Bam.
which I still think that's a racist comment. They need to change.
You know,
cotton
they
pickers.
tried.
Did they really?
They did try it. And they protested against
I'm
it.
glad they did, and I'm gonna tell you
Look
why.
at that. Boom. That's the goddamn what's it called? That's the
Come and
thumb-
take it from Zestyortesty. That's what that says.
And that's where we end. All right. Good night, everybody. Thank
Good
you.
thing, and I'm glad to know that you're okay. You're doing well. You're awesome. So,
Hey,
Alex,
you're alive.
thank you so much,
Yes.
man.
Appreciate
They
it.
keep trying
All
to
right.
kill him, and they
working.
can't keep the man down.
He's coming back.
Peace.